Good morning, listeners of Hot Topic and Fresh News. Today is December 16th, 2024, and we're diving straight into today's critical headlines. Cyclone Chido has unleashed devastation in Mayotte, with wind speeds exceeding 140 miles per hour. Residents describe scenes reminiscent of a nuclear war aftermath, as hundreds are feared dead. The capital, Mayotte, is grappling with severe shortages of food and water, and emergency efforts are hampered by extensive infrastructure damage. French reinforcements are on the ground, but challenges remain due to large numbers of undocumented migrants complicating the death toll count. This tragedy underscores the increasing severity of storms attributed to climate change, with Mayotte's impoverished communities bearing the brunt of the destruction. Stay tuned as we continue to bring you the most pressing updates on this developing story. Hello, everyone! Welcome back to Hot Topic and Fresh News, your daily dose of news. I'm Emily, your host, and I'm thrilled to have you with us today. Joining me is our insightful commentator, David. We air every day, bringing you the latest and most important news stories from around the world. If you haven't already, be sure to subscribe to our channel, enable notifications, and feel free to leave comments or share our podcast with your friends and family. It truly helps keep us going. Today, you won't believe what I'm about to disclose. Cyclone Chido has left Mayotte in shambles, with apocalyptic scenes as described by the locals. This storm is a stark reminder of the impacts of climate change on vulnerable communities, and it's crucial to stay informed on these developments. David, I know we'll dive deeper into the analysis soon, but can you believe the intensity of this cyclone?
Absolutely not, Emily Norma. It's both shocking and tragic how these events are escalating.
Indeed. Stay tuned as we explore the nuances of this story and discuss the broader implications. Hot off the press.
So, looking at the severity of Cyclone Chido's impact, how does this compare to past storms in the region?
It's unprecedented. It's the worst storm to hit Mayotte in 90 years, with wind speeds over 140 miles per hour. The destruction is beyond what anyone there has experienced before.
And how are the living conditions for residents right now?
They're dire. People have been without water for 3 days. There's a severe shortage of food, water, and shelter, especially for those in the poorest areas. The infrastructure is heavily damaged, making relief efforts extremely challenging.
The presence of undocumented migrants seems to complicate the situation. How is this affecting the casualty count?
It's making it difficult to establish an accurate death toll. With over 100,000 undocumented migrants in a population of 320,000, the authorities are struggling to keep track. The prefect warned that the death toll could indeed reach into the thousands.
What measures are being taken to alleviate the situation?
French reinforcements have arrived, and rescue workers are tirelessly combing through debris. A flight with supplies has reached Mayotte, but the need remains critical. There's a lot to be done, and the urgency is palpable.
Given the scale of devastation, do you think this incident will push for stronger climate action?
It should. Cyclone Chido's intensity, fueled by climate change, highlights the vulnerability of these regions. It's a wake-up call for stronger climate action policies to prevent further tragedies like this.
Indeed, it's a reminder of the larger implications of climate change. Thank you for shedding light on these pressing issues.
Continuing our coverage, Mayotte's vulnerable communities, especially undocumented migrants seeking asylum, have been some of the hardest hit. Their homes, often makeshift and fragile, stood little chance against Cyclone Chido's force.
Right, and I imagine their tradition of burying the dead within 24 hours complicates efforts to account for the deceased, doesn't it?
Exactly. It makes documenting the number of casualties incredibly challenging. On a positive note, 110 French soldiers are already on the ground, with an additional 160 on their way to assist in rescue efforts. French Interior Minister Bruno Retailleau is also set to visit Mayotte to help coordinate further relief efforts.
It's a stark reminder of Mayotte's reliance on French aid and the socio-economic challenges it faces. 75% of the population living below the poverty line is staggering.
Absolutely, and the island's dependence on aid makes it even more vulnerable to such catastrophes. Turning our attention to Mozambique, Cyclone Chido's devastation continued there, causing flash flooding, power outages, and infrastructure damage. 3 deaths have been confirmed.
What challenges is Mozambique facing in the aftermath?
Like Mayotte, Mozambique is dealing with the destruction of homes, healthcare facilities, and schools. UNICEF is particularly worried about the loss of access to critical services and the potential spread of diseases like cholera and malaria.
And once again, the underlying factor here is climate change, with the cyclone's intensity fueled by warm Indian Ocean waters.
That's right. It's another example of how climate change is intensifying storms and stretching the limits of these communities. We'll continue to monitor the relief efforts and long-term impacts, so stay tuned for more updates. Thanks for tuning into Hot Topic in Fresh News today. We've covered the devastating impact of Cyclone Chido on Mayotte and Mozambique. It's been great having you all here. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on any episodes. Sharing our channel with your friends on social media and leaving a comment really helps us keep bringing you the latest news.
And don't miss those next episodes. We're on air every day, keeping you up to speed. Who knows what tomorrow's news will bring, but I promise it'll be just as intriguing.
Stay in the loop, keep your eyes on the news, our channel's content will amuse.